Hey guys, it's me, Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. How are you doing today? Today we're going to talk about our favorite subject, which is sales. All right, we got a cool topic for ourselves today. Let's go ahead and dive right on into it. What is our cool topic for today? Our cool topic for today is selling. And what is our topic for today is selling. And why is there a love-hate relationship when it comes to selling? I said, why is there a love-hate relationship when it comes to selling? And I told you, I'd tell you some stuff that you probably hadn't even thought about, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the warts and all when it comes to being a salesperson. And today we're going to talk about my favorite subject, which is sales. And, basically when we look at the love-hate relationship when it comes to being a salesperson, we need to look at a regular opportunity, like a regular job. You get a 9 to 5, you work 40 hours a week, and you hope at the end of the year you can maybe get a bonus. Maybe every other year you can maybe get a little bit more money, and that's a regular job. But see, in commission, remember, I have this love-hate relationship. We work on this mighty thing, which is a love called commission. And that means the more opportunity that we sell our merchandise and the more people that purchase from us, we make this magic thing called commission. And we don't make generally any other money, maybe a little bit of gas money, maybe a little bit of get you through money that people will offer you as a salesperson to get you out there to sell their products. And again, there's positives and negatives. You can call them, pros and cons. But for me, one of the things that I like is I like being a salesperson. And if more people worked in the real world on this magic thing called commission, I'm guaranteeing you that a lot more people will be going, dang, we sure did get a lot more done. Because see, when you don't get paid commission, you work, basically a salary, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or whatever your schedule is. But you're going to get paid something at the end of the week. Okay. And again, love-hate relationship. The love part is you love making that commission. The bad part is if you don't sell something, you don't get paid nothing. And sometimes, I've worked in opportunities like, say, for instance, real estate. I get a chance on occasion to work with a company called Adams. They used to let me go to their homes and sell the homes, but I wasn't actually working for them. And when they wanted to take some time off or a couple of days off, I would go ahead and say, hey, I'll work for you. I'll do it, because I knew that I may get a lead, an opportunity, which is a positive. That means more money. And the pros and the cons, or should I say the love-hate relationship, I love working, but I hate working for free. And sometimes you may work a month, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 6 months, a year before you sell something, as far as like big ticket items a lot of times, unless you have a good lead source, or if you've got people who are in your pipeline that you've been working with for quite a while. Just my last customer, it took almost a year. We had to work with their credit. We had to get them where they needed to be, and we took the time and we were able to help them buy something. But remember, guys, I didn't get paid until the house was sold and we were cleared. I'm just saying, we have a love-hate relationship. My love portion of selling is you get to learn so much about dealing with different personalities, different types of people. You've got some people who are thinkers. You got some people who are movers, shakers, and they do stuff. You got some people that are procrastinators. You got some people who like to think about it. Okay. And as a salesperson, the love-hate relationship I have with that is, we're salespeople, and we're not going to sell every single person that we talk to. It sucks, but it's the truth, because there's that love-hate relationship again that I'm dealing with. I wish I could sell to every single person that I talk to, but it's just not in the cards. That's why we have so many different types of personalities as salespeople and different people who are in the field of selling. And selling, give me a thumbs up, guys. Share the videos that you see in front of you. There's like over 1,000 of them on all different information when it comes to being a salesperson. I told you I'd tell you stuff that, again, generally you may not have even thought of when you look at motivational speakers, salespeople. And a lot of times when you're wanting to own your own business or be a manager, you're going to end up having a love-hate relationship relationship when it comes to selling. And the reason why is if you don't sell something, if your business doesn't sell something, you go out of business and you don't make what? No money, honey. And see, as salespeople, I love education. The more I learn, the more opportunities I get. But remember, when you get all these certifications and licenses, the drawback, the love-hate relationship with selling is you got to take these continuing education courses every 2 years a lot of times. And if you don't get them done, you lose your licenses and you have to start all over. And if you wait till the last minute, been there, done that, I tell you what, it's really tough to be able to, a love-hate relationship, to get those courses done in a timely manner. I told you I got a real estate license, a life insurance license, and man, they're not easy to keep. And I'm telling you, I've been in sales for a long time, and I've seen a lot of great things when it comes to selling. It's been able to help me pay for my own home. I mean, it's not the biggest and the baddest house in the world, but it belongs to old Gary Lee, and it's paid for by God's grace. But I raised a son by myself with God's help. I was able to, get him to go to good schools and was able to buy cars and just live a life. And that's a positive when it comes to being a salesperson. But again, if you don't sell something, it can be rough and it can be tough. And I'll tell you, I've been in sales a long time, and a lot of times, sometimes when you're in sales, you have to get people in the pipeline before maybe they'll buy something from you. You're probably in the pipeline. Yeah, that means you've had a conversation with them, or maybe you've helped them maybe look at an opportunity, or maybe you were the person that maybe walked them through the process of when they came to your store to look at some furniture. You were that person that they talked to, and you're really important. But a drawback on that is if they don't ask for you, oops, you don't get that sale. I've been in situations where I've helped people look at homes and stuff, and they went with another salesperson, and they bought with somebody else after I worked my hiney off with them for a long time. Or, because see, here's the thing, guys. There's a love-hate relationship when it comes to being a salesperson. Unfortunately, not everybody's going to buy from you, and not everybody's going to like your personality. You just have to evolve. You have to change. You have to get more education. A lot of times people don't like that. They don't think, you mean I could be a salesman, all I got to do is sell? Well, you do need to learn the craft of sales. You do need to learn how to ask for the order. You do need to learn how to have relationships and be able to communicate with all different types of people. And you do have to study the craft of sales, because if you don't, it'll be harder for you to close those sales that are a little bit easier. And like I said, I've been in sales since the early 80s in one form or capacity. And every opportunity is a company you work for, everybody's selling something. So if you are smart, what you'll do is no matter what kind of job you have, glean the most important information you can from that company and take it with you to the next opportunity. And like I said, guys, I've been in sales for a long time, for almost 40 years, and I've seen a lot of companies come and go. Some were here for 6 months, a year. Some were here for years and years, and they went out of business. So we're never guaranteed another day. It's just like life, And our topic for today is the love-hate relationship that I have with selling. I love selling stuff. I love helping people. But sometimes when you got competition and people that you have to work with, like in a place that sells furniture, you have to wait in line for the other salesperson to get an opportunity to sell something. And I can't stand that, because that's not an open floor. I've always liked open floor systems, because what happens is the cream will rise to the top. But you do have to have other people show up, even if they're not the greatest salespeople, at least be there when it's a little bit slower and when you're not working, because you can't work 1,000 hours a week. You can only work so many hours a week. And remember, guys, the topic for today is selling. Why is there a love-hate relationship when it's dealing with sales? Because like I said, guys, you're working, you have to help somebody purchase something before you can get paid. And now you may work for a job that may pay you minimum wage, which isn't a lot, but at least it gets you there and gives you the capability to get your feet wet and to be able to talk to people. And some people will pay you a little bit of money because they know that it's going to be tough. Like I used to sell pool services, motors, heaters, and equipment. They'd give me a little bit of money up front, but I'd also have to go out and start knocking on doors. And that's another thing. For some people, the love-hate relationship is the fear of picking up that phone and calling people. It's so so scary for some people. And until you do it, until you get good at it, or you have a good script where you're able to communicate well, you're going to have this love-hate relationship. And a lot of times the phone wins. Oops, click, okay. Or if you are a salesperson and you're going business to business, door to door, maybe you're a salesperson and you're trying to figure out, well, what do I need to do? I'm trying to be a good salesperson. And a lot of times people, they'll go to a business and they'll teach you just so much. But see, here's the love-hate relationship. If you want to get good at anything, any opportunity, any job, any career, you have to get knowledge, education. You have to study. And where do you get this information? Well, a lot of times it used to be back in the day, you get some cassette tapes, but you can go on YouTube, you can go on Rumble, you can go on any of these platforms that are out there, and you can see that there are a lot of different types of salespeople who can walk you through that process. But until you get a chance to be able to communicate with people, talk with people, a lot of times we're just talking. And a lot of times you can talk and talk and talk, but that don't mean you're selling anything. So are you listening, guys? Please listen. If you're a salesperson, you're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have some days you wish you would have stayed up in that bed. But the love-hate relationship that you have with it is, I've been doing it for a long time. I love it. Even the good, the bad, the ugly, and the warts and all, and the stuff that doesn't seem to work out in my favor, I still love selling because I love talking to people. I love watching people experience that feeling of ownership. I love helping people get new homes. I love people with their insurance needs. I sold a lot of furniture, and I sold a lot of service agreements, warranties, and so forth. And I helped a lot of people, get repairs and replacements. I've been in sales for a long time, and there's some really good points about it. You got to work. A lot of times, here's another negative. Some people don't like working in retail because that means they got to work holidays. And salespeople, for some people, they don't like having to work holidays and such. But so that can be, a pro or con or a love-hate relationship, because when you're a salesperson, if you're a good salesperson, if you're not working in retail, or maybe if you do work in retail, I always made my phone available to the customer. I always gave them my personal cell phone number. I always took a selfie with them in the background with a thumbs up, and I shared it with them and said, hey, listen, call me if you have any questions, or if you need some help, or if you know anybody who may need some additional system or service. And, it helped me get a lot of referrals. But again, I have a love-hate relationship because, in sales, you're going to have some good salespeople that are very honest. And then you're going to have some salespeople that look at you like you're a dollar bill. And that means you're not important and you don't matter. Well, see, when I first got into sales, I had to learn the hard way that customers are important and they do matter. And how you treat people and how you talk to people and how you help people, whether they buy from you or not, makes all the difference in your selling career. And like I said, the love-hate relationship, I love selling. I just hate, having to wait. It's like sometimes, man, it's like, when am I going to get that next customer? But here's the thing. Without us salespeople, no business lasts that long. It doesn't. It just, because you can spend all kinds of money on marketing and all kinds of crap like that. And the love-hate relationship, if you're a business owner, you got to have people like me, salespeople, to sell your merchandise to help you. So there is that love-hate relationship. And I love, like I said, working on commission. I love making money, but I also hate when you're not making money, when it's like, when things seem to dry up and it's sad and you're not making money. You're like, what happened? Last week we were kicking butt and we were taking names. It's a numbers game. It's ebb and flow, up and down. Remember the love-hate relationship? Well, the love-hate relationship is, man, I'm not trying to be greedy. I just want to make as much money as I can as a salesperson. And today we just had a very simple conversation of talking about the love-hate relationship. I love all the good stuff and the bad stuff when it comes to selling. I love all the training. I love learning. I love new knowledge. I learn new information. I love new products. I love new services. But the hard part is having to learn about all that stuff and remembering it when you're talking to your customer and having the guts to get out there and go, hey, hey, how are you doing today? So remember, guys, it's a love-hate relationship when it comes to selling. But take the time, put your money away for rainy days, save your money, stack your money. And when things are good, that's great. So that way, when it's a little low and funds are a little low, low, or maybe you're not selling as much, you'll be able to have some money for a rainy day. And remember, guys, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the warts and all, there's all kinds of love-hate relationships when it comes to salespeople. But if you're a salesperson and if you're trying to make some money out there, guys, I got you. Remember, the love-hate relationship means you're out there doing what you need to do. You're doing the do. And when you have this frustration or this anger and things that happen as being salespeople, just remember, it's a love-hate relationship. So get over it and get back to loving. Okay? I got to go sell something. I love